Counter-strafing. Counter-strafing in CS2 is one of the most basic and most fundamental movement skills that you need to know. To counter-strafe, when you press the D key, press the A key to stop as fast as possible and become as accurate as possible as fast as possible. Vice versa, hit the A key and tap D to stop as fast as possible. I'll show you what happens if you don't counter-strafe and when you do counter-strafe. See how this bullet spread is so neat? And this is all over the place. Like if you try and do it to a bot, I missed him. Every single bullet missed him. But if I do it to this guy, even if you don't hit the headshot, you still hit him for like 85 damage with 3 bullets there. Do you know what I mean? So I'll go over it again, right? Counter-strafing is simple. You're pressing the A and D key, but you have to tap the opposite movement key when you want to counter-strafe. So I'm just pressing D here and I'm going to let go and shoot. And you'll see how inaccurate I am. That was lucky. That was on purpose. The thing about counter-strafing is it's one of the most useful pieces of movement that you can do because you can jiggle peek corners. And if you can counter-strafe and with perfect timing, you'll get cases where you can just one-tap someone and they might not even see where you are. Like, there's no way that fella saw me. Do you know what I'm saying? I know it's a bot, but like, just for an example. Like, you can see how important it is to counter-strafe just from this example. Because the bullet spread is like a higher dispersion rate here on this side than it is when I counter-strafe. This is the counter-strafe side. This is the no counter-strafing side. You need to counter-strafe by pressing the A key or the D key to stop your movement as fast as possible so you can become accurate as fast as possible. There's plenty of ways for you to practice this if you're new to it. So just make a hole and make a hole and like counter-strafe between the holes and try and get your crosshair to land on it. This is your keyboard aim. So you're using your keyboard to aim. You're not using your mouse because your mouse is not moving. You are just peeking this angle without moving your mouse. Let's say I'm here and I want to peek this corner and the enemy is that wall. Okay, just for argument's sake. So I'm aiming for that dot. When I peek the corner, so I strafe out, I counter strafe, you're ideally going to be micro adjusting and then shooting. Because like when you peek a corner, your crosshair isn't going to be on him. It's not going to be on him straight away. So the idea is you counter strafe, micro adjust, kill. Counter strafe, micro adjust, kill. There's plenty of coaches and loads of YouTube videos out there where I've watched them talk about these kind of things, and I just wanted to reiterate it because I think it's definitely helped me get better at the game. Because if you can properly counter strafe and you can commit to a fight and you know you're accurate and they might not be accurate, if you can catch them on a timing where they're moving, it could be pure dumb luck, or maybe they have an SMG or something and they kill you, but like, you know, you're fundamentally doing the right thing by counter strafing, aiming, shooting. There's a reason why Leadify tracks your counter strafing statistics. It's because it's important for accuracy when aiming. So just to reiterate, no counter strafe, counter strafe, accurate, inaccurate. This is all you need to know about counter strafing. It's your A and D key together. If you can get that basic fundamental down about counter strafing, you will improve at the game. Now I know that there's people that's played the game for like 4,000 hours, 7,000 hours, 10,000 hours. They're not going to be watching this realistically. But if they are, it's good to remember the basics. But for anyone that's a noob out there, I never knew about counter-strafing until I was about 400 hours into the game. You always gotta learn and keep learning. And you can practice. You can practice your counter-strafing just by spraying on these walls. Just try and keep them bunched together as much as possible. Or you can just use these peak walls. It's the peak spray walls option here. And I use this quite often to just warm up my left hand for counter-strafing. And get my timing down with my peaks and my shots. Counter-strafing is the most important movement skill you will learn in the game. Whatever about the window to ladder room jump on Mirage or the window to short jump on Mirage and stuff like that. Before you learn any of that, learning how to properly counter-strafe is probably one of the most essential skills that you learn in the game. It'll help your aiming because you can just leave the crosshair on head level and just counter-strafe, micro adjust and shoot the player, shoot the enemy. Like once you get really good at it, if it's second nature. You're not even thinking about it. Sometimes I like to do that just to pre-fire an angle in case there is someone there. But yeah, I just wanted to give that quick little rundown about counter-strafing. I think it's one of the most important things that you'll learn in the game. So until next time, take it easy.